The housing real estate market is the biggest market on earth. It's trillions and trillions of dollars. But how do we benefit from this market on the Solana blockchain? Because a lot of people, like myself, cannot at present enter the housing market. This is where we can use Parcel, where we can long or short the market. It doesn't allow us to buy real-world assets. We're not buying the actual property. We're basically working out if the price will go up, we will long it. If we think the price will go down, we will short it. These are trending up, these are trending down. V3 for Parcel is now live. So I've got a little thread on it, but I'm going to talk you through and just show you how you can actually get into Parcel. Make sure you're following Parcel on Twitter because I believe it's going to become so popular that unfortunately bad actors will try and replicate Parcel. So just be aware they've got almost 50,000 followers and they have the gold tick next to their name. Before I show you about Parcel, why do I think it's worth going into Parcel? Well, this comes from Phil Anderson, who basically has a theory that the property cycle works on about 18.6 years. There's way too much information for me to go into this thoroughly, but I'll include a good video from Jason Pizzino on it below. Essentially, prices go up and then they crash back down. And they go up and they crash back down. And the last big crash was 2006, 2007. We know that that's crazy. What happened after that? Bitcoin was created, and what I believe is going to happen is the exact same thing. So I feel there's going to be a lot more attention on housing because in the final kind of 2 years before the peak of the cycle, a lot of craziness, a lot of euphoria comes to the markets. Of course, there's a little bit corrections and things can go up and down depending on the location, but in general, there's a lot more people interested in housing. So let me show you Parcel. This is the website, app.parcel.co, and we'll go ahead and we'll connect our wallet. Phantom and connect. I'm going to be using my DeFi wallet here. You can of course create a new wallet if you like. If you're going to be doing a lot of stuff on Parcel, you may want to have a completely separate address. Now we will accept the terms and conditions and privacy policy and then verify our wallet. Just be aware if you're in the US or a restricted location, sadly you cannot play. Accept and verify and sign the transaction. Now here's a quick overview. So right here we can see we've got active markets, non-trading markets. Non-trading markets are obviously markets that need to come into V3 before we can trade them. As an example, pretty much all of the cities that you can trade are in the US, as opposed to there are 2 in France. However, the France ones are quite recent. So we can go up back to the top to active markets so we can see the 6 active markets that we can use. Of course, non-trading markets, they'll come into the market soon. Over on the right, we can see top gainers, what's actually going up, and top losers, what's going down. If you see a long and short position to it, that means we can actually trade it. We can trade, but we cannot trade these at present. Let's have a look at this example, Brooklyn. This is the price per square foot. So $582.16. And how they actually get that price is from all of the different data points of people buying and selling houses. So this fluctuates depending on what people are actually buying in the market. You can see we can have a leverage here of 10x if we want to. It's a little bit risky until you know what you're doing. But if you know a city very, very well, of course, nothing is financial advice. And maybe you live in the city and you know there's something quite bullish that's going to happen, or maybe I know something unfortunate happens, like gangs move in and you know that things are starting to get worse, then you could probably be pretty confident in putting in a long or short if you know the city and if you've done your research. Over here, we can see the week, month, 3 month, 6 month, and year. So right now it's down, but if we go to 1 year, it's slightly up, 6 month, slightly up, month, slightly down, and week, barely down. So for the last 3 months, there's clearly been some changes here. Down here, we can see it's a median price per square foot. So not the average price. This is the median price right here. We can see the 24-hour change, the 52-week low and high. This is very common in investing. And these over here are a little bit more complex, so look into them yourselves. Down, we can see the market sentiment. So the majority of the pool is longing. However, because they're longing it doesn't mean the price goes up, of course, because it's based on the real world asset price. So that's an example of something that's going down. So these are all the markets we can trade at the moment. Las Vegas, San Francisco, and Miami Beach are currently trading well. Let's zoom out and have a look what's been happening over 1 year. Miami, New York, San Fran is down, Las Vegas, Austin is very down, and Brooklyn is slightly up. So this is not financial advice, but I would probably bet more on Las Vegas. Of course, I would do a little bit more research, but Las Vegas seems to be doing well. Whereas from what I know, what's happening with homelessness and things like that, I would probably short San Francisco longer term. So let's have a look at Las Vegas and we'll click on trade. So now let's go over funding rate and velocity. The best thing for me to do here is literally just read you what it says. So funding applies to all open positions. Rate is daily. A positive rate means longs pay shorts. A negative rate means shorts pay long. The rate increases by velocity when a market is skewed long and decreases when it is skewed short. Funding accrues on a position every time it is opened, modified, or closed. So here we can see the market skew. This is the total amount of outstanding long and short positions expressed as a percentage. Ideally, you want a decent number of longs and shorts, pretty much equal. So that's why velocity comes into play here to help to balance it by rewarding it. So as an example, it says the funding rate is positive. So as we can see, longs are paying shorts. When it comes to funding rates are a little bit complex and they mostly apply to just trading in general on say Binance or Bybit, but of course they're also relevant here and other decentralized exchanges like Dupe and Drift as an example. So let's go ahead and actually put on a long. We can go long or short, but as I said, we'll go long. And first we'll just create an account and we'll just name this account. So I'm going to call this Las Vegas, agree and understand the risks and create account. And this creates an account on chain. There's a small amount of SOL and we will confirm. Now I have to fund it with USDC. So at the moment, I've got nothing in the way of USDC in my wallet. I'm very excited for PIF, but we will take our PIF token and we'll go and take half of it and we'll put it into USDC. We will just go with 106, gives us $46, swap and close. Nice and easy, very fast. We'll click on fund again and max $46.81, deposit, confirm deposit and confirm the transaction. Now we've got our money. Now we can go ahead and we can click max if we want to do everything. That will give us a maximum amount of leverage. So it'll be 7.76 times. We're obviously putting a lot more into this, thinking it's going to go up. Of course, there's a lot of risks when we do that. What we may want to do is a low leverage. Maybe we just want to do something like 100. 100 is 2.14 leverage. Of course, if you don't want to do leverage, you can just do $46 or something like that and just do a 1 times leverage or just type in 1 just like that. But what we'll do, we'll go with a 2x leverage. We can see down here the trading fees, make a taker, and the margin requirements. So if the price falls to $152 from $244, then we will be liquidated. Of course, we don't want that, so we'll always monitor our positions. But let's click preview and we'll open this long position. And we'll confirm the transaction. A long position has been opened. We'll come up to the top here and we can see our entire portfolio. If we click on one thing, we can see everything we need to see right here. If we want to close the position, we can just click on close and we can then close the position. In this case, we would lose a very, very small amount of money and we would close the position. So that's how you use Parcel for longing or shorting. You can also, however, do a couple of things, such as become a liquidity provider. Just click here, and then you can actually put in liquidity here in order to earn some of the fees. Providing liquidity earns fees. At the moment, I'm not sure it gets enough fees to really be worth putting your USDC into it, but I'm sure that will change as more and more people start to use this platform. Another great thing about Parcel is they have contests. So click on the contest banner here, and then you can go and join contests. And we can see the people in the leaderboard and how they're doing. No one's absolutely killing it because real estate markets are not crazy volatile. But of course, you can increase the volatility by adding leverage. In my opinion, if you're going to be trading, you definitely want to be joining the contest because if you know your stuff and if things go up, you will do well and then you'll be left with maybe getting a decent price. That would be nice. Now here I am on the leaderboard. It says I do not have an open position, so I imagine it takes a few minutes for this to update, but at the moment I'm not in profit, but hopefully I will be soon. Now you should definitely be in Parcel's Discord so you can keep up to date with any news and new features that have been shipped out. So this is where you can hopefully find real estate alpha and that kind of crossover point between crypto degens that are just chasing anything that moves and also real estate people that love real estate. Here you can find that cross and hopefully that information will give you a bit of an edge so you can long or short with profit. So that's Parcel. I'm super excited for more cities to come in. Some more European cities will be absolutely epic. But at the same time, I do think we're approaching this time when things get a little bit euphoric. So do your research, put your longs on, put your shorts on, and best of luck. Stay curious and we'll catch you in the next video.